Moscow, piercing whistles reverberated off the ceiling inside Luzhniki Stadium after referee Nestor Pitana inexplicably stopped a promising Croatian attack. Mario Mandzukic displayed a gesture of encouragement towards the roughly 10,000 Croats who voiced their displeasure at the Argentine referee's performance up until that point. It was bizarre to see a player egging on the vitriol. Whether his anger was justified is down to interpretation, which side you're on, or how one views the laws of the game. Pitana, though, has to live with these controversial decisions, two of which played a massive part in France claiming its second World Cup title in a 4-2 win on Sunday over the checkered ones. He'll look back on the final here in Moscow and see, he shouldn't have awarded French striker Antoine Griezmann the first-half free kick that led to Mandzukic's own goal. Griezmann's play-acting, his ability to trick Pitana into whistling a foul Croatia's players vehemently protested, completely flipped the script after the Croats started so brightly. It was the wrong decision, a decision Croatian supporters will point to as, perhaps, one of the moments that saw them taste defeat for the first time at this World Cup. The other arrived 10 minutes after Ivan Perisic provided Croatia hope through a screaming half-volley that bulged the net in front of French supporters. Seemed like justice after the French had unjustly gone in front. In that moment, with things all square, it seemed like it was Croatia's chance to move beyond an early call. It seemed like Pitana's reprieve. But the Argentine official couldn't escape controversy that will follow him for the rest of his life. A flick on corner minutes before halftime struck Perisic's hand. Les Blues appeals swayed a video assistant referee, VAR, to advise Pitana an error had been made after he'd originally decided against awarding a penalty. But the conversation surrounding whether it was or wasn't shouldn't interest those on either side of the debate. The question, as stated in the laws, is whether a clear or obvious error was made. The VAR shouldn't have advised Pitana to review a play that was, at best, a borderline handball. The official would have been wise to simply affirm his original decision. Now he's every referee's worst nightmare, a major talking point after a major final in which his decisions undeniably altered the momentum one team had. I never comment on refereeing. Croatian coach Zlatko Dalic offered post-game. He did, however, have one thing to say: in a World Cup final, you do not give such a penalty. But it in no way diminishes France's win. In other words, Croatia wasn't necessarily robbed of anything here in Moscow. The Vatrani still conceded 4 times in the highest-scoring World Cup final since 1966. It was a final that bucked the seemingly endless trend of championship tilts being monotonous affairs, void of goals and drama. In any other World Cup final, French goalkeeper Hugo Lloris might have been branded for life after conceding in the manner he did. Message to Lloris: bad things happen whenever goalkeepers think they're capable of being no-tens. But Lloris' mistake, leading to Mandzukic's other fluky goal, won't be remembered beyond these pages. He was spotted laughing with teammates post-game as match highlights were being played back inside Luzhniki. What this final will be remembered for is Paul Pogba's performance and Kylian Mbappé becoming the first teenager to score in a World Cup final since Brazilian great Pelé. Pogba's game-clinching goal capped a tremendous tournament from a player who entered this World Cup with an insatiable hunger to prove he's one of the best in the world. Mbappé leaves this World Cup having been anointed the best young player since Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. It's a matter of time before he's considered the most exciting player on the planet, if he already isn't. Les Blues also avoided an unwanted designation, the only team to drop consecutive European and World Cup finals. Instead, they'll arrive in Paris Monday afternoon to the country's warmest reception in 2 decades. France is the world champion. It means we did things better than the others. French coach Didier Deschamps said, "As you know, I had a very young group. 14 of them were on a discovery journey at the World Cup. But the quality was there. That was it. My greatest source of pride with this group is they managed to have the right state of mind for such a tournament. Les Blues were never really in trouble, either. A straightforward group was followed by convincing wins over Argentina, Uruguay and Belgium. En route to this final, it's a phrase I'm repeating all the time: never give up. Never give up anything. Today, we didn't do everything right, but we do have those mental and psychological qualities which were decisive for this World Cup. We were able to see that the teams that had the best technical skills did not have enough. The Germans have been home for 2 weeks while tournament favorite Brazil stumbled at the quarterfinal stage. Both sides had the technical quality to win this tournament but were lacking something else: defensive organization, commitment, togetherness, all things this French side boasted.